Shwmai Bethany. As a joking afterthought at the end of your last video, you asked me what came first, the chicken or the egg? And the answer is much simpler than most people think, and also far more complicated. The answer is the egg. The egg that would have hatched the very first chicken would have been laid by a creature that was very, very similar to a chicken, but not quite. The more difficult question is, what is a chicken? At what point would a creature that was very much like a chicken, but not quite, tip over into being an actual chicken? It wasn't until I was out of university that I had any sort of understanding of the theory of evolution, just through reading articles and watching YouTube videos. And while I don't claim to have an amazing amount of knowledge, please allow me to butcher some very basic evolution for you here. The distinction between what is a chicken and what is almost but not quite a chicken is decided by humans. We like grouping things. This is this, that is that. These are the ways that they are similar, and these are the ways that they are different. We see the progress of evolution through periodic markers of change. The most famous image relating to evolution is called the March of Progress. It's the one that looks like this. It was created by an artist called Rudolf Zallinger. That's not particularly important to what I have to say today, but Rudolf Zallinger, or the March of Progress, is bound to be the answer to a trivia question one Christmas. And when that question is asked, we look at each other and go, But we view progress as this becomes chunk, this, which in turn chunk morphs into this. Like a Pokemon turning level 16, the metamorphosis occurs. This one isn't a chicken, this one is. That isn't how this works. In the many millions of years it takes for this version to become this version, so many millions exist in the middle. This isn't Mark 1, Mark 2. In reality, there were innumerable different forms between the two. It was less a progress of incremental forms and more like a Hollywood LSD mesh of morphing onwards through millions and millions of years. And that's fun. So why do we decide that this one is not a chicken and that this one is? I don't know the details, I'm not a scientist. Anyway, neither of them are chickens. They're my hands. I'm just a bit disappointed that I didn't get more of an evolutionary education at school, although to be fair, a lot of that responsibility may lay with my class. It might be our fault. One time we were in a biology classroom and we were meant to be learning about osmosis. Now to do this we had potatoes and we were meant to be taking samples from them to see how water passed through them. And instead of doing this, we threw them across the room at each other. We were the top set of triple science. We were 28 years old. We were also the teachers. And the potato was my mother-in-law. Anyway, now you know that the egg came first. Maybe that's why the chicken crossed the road. Farewell. Kyoudai.